Have you ever had a dream that just thinking about it gives you butterflies in your stomach? That warm, good feeling inside? You know, that life scenario where just imagining yourself there, you already feel at peace, thinking, wow, this is what I want for my life. But for some reason, you can't do what you need to do to reach that goal. You want it so badly, but at the same time, you don't act. What I want to show you here is why this happens and how you can fix it in your life. And I say this from personal experience. I was that guy about 8 years ago. I knew exactly what I wanted, the car I wanted to drive, the life I wanted to give my parents, and the lifestyle I wanted for myself, like traveling every month to a new place and staying in the best hotels. I knew it all, and today, thank God, I've achieved it. But back then, at the beginning, I just couldn't do it. Sometimes I felt lazy. Other times, I got distracted. Everything seemed more interesting than doing what I knew deep down I needed to do. I just couldn't act in a way that aligned with my goals. Now, after some time living the life I always dreamed of, achieving 90% of what I've always wanted, I understand why that happened. And I also understand why most people will die broke. The funny, and at the same time obvious thing about this is that it's not due to a lack of information. We live in a world where everything is available online, just a couple of clicks away. Do you want to open an e-commerce store? Sell a course? Learn how to make and sell gourmet brigadeiros for double the price? You type it into YouTube, and you'll find a complete tutorial. Want to become a singer, artist, influencer, or whatever? Google it, and you'll find step-by-step instructions. The conclusion? It's not about the hows because the how is everywhere. The real issue is about truly wanting it. And before you think I'm talking about motivation, I'm not. You already know that motivation is temporary. One day, you're super motivated and accomplish a lot, and the next, you're unmotivated and get nothing done. That won't get you anywhere. The real problem is that we're so focused on the external, because information is so accessible, that we never take the time to look inward and align ourselves internally. I know you might think, oh no, here comes the self-help talk again. But listen, push past that pride and ego and try to understand this from the bottom of your heart. I guarantee it will change your life. When the physical world, where you live, how much you earn, doesn't reflect what you truly desire, you feel confused, frustrated, and discouraged. So instead of aiming directly for the $15,000, $20,000, or $50,000 a month you want to earn, you need to focus on becoming the person you need to be. You must adopt the mindset, decisions, actions, behaviors, and values of that person long before you see any external change. I know you've probably heard this before. To become a multimillionaire, you must first be a multimillionaire mentally. It sounds cliché, right? That's where many people fail, because this process is extremely difficult to implement in practice. It's not a switch you flip in your head and suddenly start acting like a millionaire to become one. It doesn't work like that. There's a deep reconfiguration process involved, and it won't happen by standing in front of a mirror saying a few affirmations or practicing the law of attraction. To complete this process correctly, you need to immerse yourself fully. It's almost like rebuilding your identity from scratch. Now, let's get practical. What did I do? What worked for me? Remember, guys, I'm only sharing my personal experiences. I'm not here to talk about something I read in a book from 1900. This is what worked for me and got me to where I am today. One thing that helped me was something like self-hypnosis. The first step was disconnecting from all external information. I don't know if you've noticed, but lately, the hardest thing to do is to completely disconnect from the world. One moment you're on TikTok, then Instagram, then Netflix, YouTube, or chatting with someone on WhatsApp. You never stop distracting yourself, so you can never focus 100% on yourself and your inner world. Once I was offline for at least 5 minutes, I'd ask myself a few questions I still have saved in my notes today. I still do this exercise regularly. The first question, what do I truly want for my life? Then, to break things down further, I'd ask, why do I want this? Sometimes, you think you have a dream, like driving a Ferrari, but when you ask yourself why, you might realize it's not your dream. Maybe you want it just to prove something to people who doubted you. If that's the case, it's not a real dream, it's just your ego speaking. After this reflection, the next question is, what's stopping me from getting there? Write it down. Maybe you earn $2,000 a month and can't figure out how to make $15,000. Is it because you spend too much time on useless content? Play too many video games? Have habits that don't align with your goals? Be honest and list everything. Finally, ask, what do I need to change to align with the person I want to become? If you do this exercise sincerely, without distractions or outside influence, you'll uncover your weaknesses and what's holding you back. It's exhausting, but it's the most effective way to understand what needs improvement. Now, how many people watching this video will actually do this exercise? After the video ends, how many will disconnect from everything and spend 2 hours reflecting, answering, and writing these questions? Out of 100, maybe one person will do it. And that's why so few people live extraordinary lives. If it were easy, fun, or comfortable, everyone would be rich. The process I'm sharing with you is the first step. And when you try it, you'll see it's not easy. I did it many times before I could stop sabotaging myself. Every time it got uncomfortable, I'd find a distraction or convince myself to stop. It took several attempts before I could fully commit. Most people say they want to change, make New Year's resolutions, plan to get rich, start a new diet, but can't even dedicate 30 minutes a day to self-reflection. How can you expect to change if you won't invest a little time? There's no magic. Nothing will fall into your lap. So before you watch another video or tutorial, try this self-reflection exercise. No tutorial or guide will do the internal work for you. That's why most people fail. They try to start with the external when the foundation should come first. Remove the arrogance of thinking you already know what to do. Do the internal work, and you'll build a solid foundation. Only then will the distractions fade because you'll have a clear purpose. Be honest with yourself, disconnect from outside opinions, and commit to the process. I challenge you, do this once a day for a week. Set an alarm or a calendar reminder. Then come back to this video and share your progress. Let me know how you're feeling. I believe you can do it. Stay committed, and I'll see you in the comments in a week.